So a few days ago on my community tab, I gave you guys an update of what my next 5 video topics were going to be. And then I started getting in a ton of new releases. And so that entire list just went to shit because obviously, as a fragrance reviewer, new releases are going to take precedence over just random video topics. So I will do those at some point just after I get done the full review and first impressions of the new releases. So I just did Boss Bottled Bold Citrus first impression. I have Le Beau Flower. I'm going to be doing a first impression tomorrow. And then I'm going to be talking about this one today. This is by Dolce Gabbana. It is Devotion Pour Homme. So that's what we're talking about today. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back at you with another first impression of a brand new release fragrance and a brand new line here in 2025, which you don't see that often. And before we get into that, make sure to hit the subscribe button, show your brothers some love, hit that like, and comment below. Let me know if you've tried this, what you think about it. I know a lot of people have already told me what they think about it, and it's all over the board. So definitely try this fragrance out for yourself. They are mostly showing up in Ulta's first and Macy's. I did see it at Von Maur. I've also seen it at Sephora, but Sephora is very hit or miss with Dolce & Gabbana. I told you guys about 2 weeks ago, I tried this out in store on a tester strip. That was the only thing that I tried, and then I got this in last night, so I have given it like a half wearing. So this is a technical first impressions of the new Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme 2025. And just an FYI, and I will put these on the screen, there is already a Devotion line by Dolce & Gabbana for women, the EDT and the EDP. And the EDP looks almost identical to this, both in fluid and in bottle. You can tell by the symbol on the front which one's the men's and which one's the women's. But don't get it twisted, because I already know a bunch of people said, it smells too floral. I made that mistake about a month ago where I knew it was coming out. I kept going to the store every Friday, and I saw it, and I was like, that can't be it. Why is it in the women's section? It was really floral. If you're getting florals, it is the EDP for the women's. The EDT, you can tell it's like a red fluid. You're not going to get it twisted, but I don't know why they made the bottles so similar. But yeah, this is the men's bottle, and this is the 50 milliliter. They also make it in 100 milliliter. And then this is what the box looks like. It is almost the exact same as the women's. But once I put the bottle up there, you'll see the difference. There's a symbol difference. But yeah, this is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, which means for him. So if you go into any store and say, I need to try the Pour Homme or the Dolce & Gabbana for him. But this is a brand new line for men. And it has nothing to do with the women's line. I've tried out the other two women's. They don't smell anything like this. So the atomizer for this, so my wife even said, this is one of her favorite bottles that I have in my collection. It's very sleek and very simplistic. And the atomizer is actually really, can you see that? Really freaking good. One of the best designer atomizers I've seen. Pressurized, wide dispersal, all of that. And now I have a shit ton of that all over my hand. With that said, how does Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Pour Homme smell? So this is where the opening 2 to 3 minutes of the fragrance is strange as hell. It is strange. So I sprayed it on in Ulta the first time 2 weeks ago. I was by myself. I didn't have anybody to judge it. I already have a nose that I can pick things out and I can separate things so doesn't come off as muddled to me. And so when I smelled it, I was like, it's a very weird opening, strange, but they're doing something unique. So at least, I mean, points to you, Dolce & Gabbana. But then I took my wife. And I was like, hey, I'm buying this today. I'm so excited. I'm buying Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. I sprayed it on the tester and she goes, that sucks. That literally sucks. I don't know what is going on. That is horrible. I do not want you to buy it. Obviously, my face is like, you serious? Like, I like the fragrance and I want to buy it, but the thing is that you're around me all the time. And I wear my fragrances for you. Yes, there's going to be people out there that are going to be like, you know, you need to wear your fragrances for yourself, and we can see who wears the pants of the family. I'm married, and honestly, I mean, what else do you wear fragrances for? I mean, like, yes, they smell good, and I'll wear them for myself if I'm at home, just to enjoy, like, the scent. But there's just some scents you just don't spend $140 to do that for. You can, whenever, especially at Dolce Gabbana, it'll be on discounters in, like, 2 months for $50. With that said, the lady who is the manager at Ulta that always hooks me up with decants when I want them, she was there, and she goes, yeah, I agree with your wife. That opening is very strange. And so what happens is this fragrance is super simplistic. That's why I'm trying to beat around the bush, because I could do this entire review in like a minute. The opening is literally just, here comes the lemon, here comes the coffee, and we're button heads. That is, lemon doesn't go with coffee. If this was tea, then maybe it would go good. But the lemon and the coffee just, it's strange. It's a strange mashup. And it's only there for about 2 minutes. And I knew it was pretty much like the battle of wills between the lemon and the coffee. And coffee's a heavy note and lemon's a light note. Well, it does seem like more of a synthesized lemon, not like a more natural lemon, like a more sweet tarty. Usually citruses die quicker. And so I knew the coffee was going to take over. I didn't think it was going to take over that quickly. But it's like lemon is fighting coffee in the beginning, 2 minutes, and it's strange. That's all I can say about it. I don't hate it. I think it's like unique, but it's strange. And so I can see, I already know my moderator, Newt, his wife hates it. My wife hates it. But then you get to the dry down and my wife likes it. And the dry down is legit just like, have you ever smelled Acro Awake? It's kind of like that, or Replica Coffee Break. It's just like a semi-bold coffee and like a little bit of patchouli and spice. And if I can recall correctly, Acro Awake has like cardamom and vetiver, but it's a very simplistic coffee fragrance. It smells like a roasted Coleman coffee with a little bit of creaminess under there. That's exactly what this is. So after the first like 2 to 3 minutes when it's butting heads with the lemon, this one, for the next like hour, that roasted coffee with a little bit of creaminess underneath there from the patchouli and a little bit of spice. Not sure what the spice is coming from. It's not noticeable. It's more in the background. That lemon goes away, but the lemony part goes away. You still get this kind of semi-tart sweetness that lies underneath the coffee for about the next half hour, 45 minutes. But then you get more into just this kind of creamy patchouli and coffee mashup with a little bit of spice. There might be a slight touch of woods and musk under there, but I mean, I don't want to confuse you guys. It's a simplistic fragrance. It's lemon and coffee button heads in the opening for about 2 to 3 minutes. The coffee wins out. You then bring in some patchouli, take that lemon away, and just leave a little bit of a tart sweetness for an hour. And then once that hour is up, it's just coffee with a creamy patchouli, maybe a little bit of woods and musk underneath it. That's what the fragrance is in a nutshell. There might be a slight bit of like a dry vetiver mixed in, just like Acro Awake. But if you've tried Acro Awake, you will know what the dry down of this fragrance smells like. While there is a little bit of a difference here or there, it's the opening, that lemon and coffee butting heads. It is what it is. I mean, again, if you've smelled Acro Awake, if you've smelled Replica Coffee Break, it's more closer to Acro Awake, but it's just like they're kind of like in that same realm. Like the spicy, creamy coffee patchouli mixture. That's exactly what you get with this fragrance, and it smells very nice. I own Acro Awake, and so I don't necessarily need this, but at the same time, it's something interesting to have in the collection. If I'm doing designer videos, then obviously this will be something good to add to the collection. It's definitely something you want to try before you buy, that opening is going to scare a lot of people away, and it's going to scare a lot of your wives and girlfriends away. So make sure that you get them their opinion on the opening and their opinion on the dry down, because it is a very strange opening. And I don't care who you are, that opening is going to be strange for everybody. When you smell it, you're going to be like, it's so weird. Like, why are they doing like lemon? Just think about lemon and coffee in real life. That's exactly what it smells like. Like, you just don't do it. There are some people that do, but it just doesn't fit. And that's exactly what the opening of this is. But then it kind of just melts together. You get that sweetness, and it's very nice. As far as the performance on it, again, I've only done it like a half a wear. But with that said, for the first like hour, it pushes above average, just like an average to above average fragrance. Nothing special, 3 feet, just pushing. And then after that, it kind of gets to be more of a personal bubble. So I'd say about 1.5 feet away for the next 3 hours. And then that's where I kind of got to. I didn't get like a full wearing out of it, but if I had to take a wild guess at it, I would say this is a 6 to 7 hour fragrance. Nothing heavy, nothing special as far as like the performance side of it. It's not going to be like elixir extrait style where it's pushing out in your face, filling up a room, but it's also not going to be super, super duper light. With that said, that's Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. It's a nice new take on something else that like most people haven't smelled. Acro Awake is not readily available to the general public. So this is going to be something interesting, but just get past that opening. I do want to know if you've tried this. What do you think of that opening minute or two? I think it's very unique but strange at the same time. I don't hate it. I actually like it, but my wife and the Ulta lady just don't like it at all. So anyway, the bulk of the, like if you just pass up that 2 minutes, it's just a creamy coffee scent with a little bit of this kind of green tone underneath it. And then you get a little bit of like a musk underneath that. And then for the first hour, a little bit of like a tart sweetness. But yeah, I would give this fragrance about a 7.5, maybe 7.8. It's a good, easy wear fragrance. It's not going to blow anybody out of the water. It's a good fragrance. It's just not going to blow you out of the water. And there's nothing about it that's going to blow you out of the water. But if you like coffee scents, you're probably going to like this because the dry down is very nice. It's very, very nice fragrance. But I'm just not going to be like all the other reviewers out there that I've been watching lately that are just literally hyping every single thing up. I just don't do that. With that said, there you go. Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Pour Homme. I will do obviously some wears and then come back with a full review in 10 to 15 days. So keep an eye out on that and let me know what you think. I'll be back with another video. Peace out.